friends, my name is Claire, and this week is International OCD Awareness Week, so please stick around to hear more about that. Hi friends, my name is Claire, and this is my channel, Woodshed Theory. Here I make content about what it's like to live as an adult on the autism spectrum, and whatever else feels good to me. So if that sounds good to you, or if you're feeling particularly gracious today, and I hope that you are, please go ahead and click that subscribe button, ring the bell. I put out videos 3 times a week. If I don't sing it, I actually will forget to say that. My friends, I have come a long way. Before I was diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder, about 1.5 years before, I was diagnosed with Obsessive Compulsive Disorder, known as OCD, and started treatment via medication and group therapy. This is difficult for me to be public about because I was and am a mentally ill person. I can't be apart from it. It's my reality. People tend to afford me the platitude of, "You're so much more than your illness." And yes, that is true. Who I am extends beyond the chronic mental illness that I suffer from. But if my personality, my personhood is the pie, then the autism, the OCD, well then that's the plate. There was a time where I could not talk about OCD out loud. It made me so anxious that my throat would close. I was 30 when I was formally diagnosed, but I had been sick with OCD since I was a very young child. Some of my earliest memories revolve around obsessive behaviors. So now I know that OCD is fairly common in ASD people, but I didn't know at the time that I had ASD, and we didn't know that I had OCD, and over the years it just got worse and worse. And I just hid it as much as I could and suffered in silence, except for my family who got to see the worst of it, as many families do. I was really suffering and I wanted help so badly, but I didn't know that I could get help. I was afraid that if I asked for help, I wouldn't be understood and I'd end up locked up somewhere after I explained to someone what was going on in my mind because of the intensity of the intrusive thoughts I was having. I really thought that I would be sick forever. Sick enough where I couldn't function at the same level as other people. Sick enough where I would say that OCD took up hours and hours of my mental energy every day. It was a constant for me. I really don't mind when people make OCD jokes because I know it comes from a lack of understanding of what obsessive compulsive disorder is. I'm aware that what most people know about OCD is that you are an organized or clean person or a picky person. What people don't understand is that it is an illness that takes so much from you, and it is suffering. It's not a fun disorder to have. So for me, talking about OCD and spreading the awareness for it internationally, that is so important for everyone who has OCD or knows somebody who suffers from OCD. And if you know more than a few people, you probably know someone who's at least dealt with OCD intermittently throughout their life. I really just wanted to make a short video just being open about it. Number one, because I feel like it helps me take the power back. And I was powerless and out of control because of my OCD for many years of my life. And now I can really talk to anybody about it. I'm not embarrassed. The several years of treatment and therapy that I've received and the hard work that I've been able to put into recovering have made a huge change in my life. And I would say now my day-to-day is 80 to 90% better on most days. And there are still days that are very, very difficult for me, and I'm at 10, 20%. But I have the tools to make my day better. And I also have the understanding of what is happening with my brain, and I'm able to say, that is my OCD, that's my mental illness, and move on so much more quickly from the stressful event than I would in the past. I really also want to make this video because I think it's so important that other people know that there is help out there. And I can remember feeling like I was going to be sick forever and that I wasn't going to be able to have a normal life, that I probably was on track to ruining my marriage. I probably wasn't going to have children. I didn't know how I would hold down any kind of normal work. I was really suffering, and a lot of that has changed now, and I'm so grateful for the help. But I know that there's so many people who are afraid to say something, or afraid if they say something to the wrong person that it won't end well for them, and I don't want that for people. When we moved to the West Coast, I was able to hook up with doctors for the first time that really understood OCD and understood what they were looking at right away. Whereas when I had asked for help in the past, I don't think it was that people didn't want to help. I think that it was that they didn't know what they were looking at. And I'm not angry about that aspect, asking for help and then people not knowing how to respond. I do believe that I have a personal duty to my OCD international community to say something and be open about it, because I feel so much better, and I didn't think that it could happen for me. I'm very grateful, and I just wanted to say that if you believe that you may have obsessive compulsive disorder, or you're having mental issues where you are just feeling crazy and nobody is going to understand and there is no help for me, I just want to encourage you to reach out and get some help, because there is absolutely that help and assistance within the medical community. And I've just been able to meet the most wonderful people who really understand what I'm going through and call them my friends. So that's really everything I wanted to say today. If you suffer from OCD and you're at the point in your life where you're okay with talking about it, I would just encourage you to sound off in the comments and maybe tell someone how you got help, and just give them a positive story so that they can maybe feel a little bit braver to get help and not wait 30 years like I did. My entire life is different now, and I'm so grateful. And I like to live in the present when I can, but I think about all the years and time that went into my mental illness. And I'm not out of the woods, guys. I mean, my OCD is chronic, and I'm going to struggle with my symptoms for the rest of my life. But I'm in such a better place, and I just wanted to make sure that I was encouraging anyone who would watch this that they could get to a better place too. I hope that you have a wonderful Friday. I've got some fun videos coming up, and I will see you on Monday. Bye.